I'm gonna take you through all the parts of the drum set right now, in which how now, which we'll do right now. I know we already did this on the basics, but anyway, I'm gonna have you to identify the parts of the drum set. Well, I'm sitting right now. Well, the configuration is like how many drums or how many pieces you got on your drum set specifically. How? Yeah, that's how a drum set configuration is. What I'm gonna do right now, like this will be technically it'd be a 5-piece kit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, and the fifth one being on the floor. That's called the bass drum. That's usually the largest drum. That's entitled the bass drum. Well, right next to you, what sits directly in front of you, excuse me, is a snare drum. And why it's called a snare drum is because of the wires, if you listen, called snares. We're able to turn those snares on and off. The rest of the drums are called these drums are called rack toms, or tom toms, or toms for short. The reason these are called toms, like back in the day when the drum set was created about over 100 years ago, they had different percussion devices and different drums on a rack. They combine different drums together to create a setup. And they had old style drums on a rack, and that name is stuck through the years, and we call these the toms. The last tom right next to you is, or most likely to your right, is the floor tom. That's suspended off the ground. Like some floor toms will be. There's two types of floor toms. This floor tom particularly has legs. That sits on the ground. The other floor tom will be on a separate stand and be suspended off the ground. As I mentioned before, the rack toms can be on separate stands, but these rack toms specifically are on a post called a tom mount that connects to the bass drum. And finally, what they have, their cymbals, which I'll tell you about now. I'm not going to tell you about all of them, but I will tell you about what you see on a drum set. I'm pretty sure you've all seen it. You have a ride cymbal here, which is on a stand. You have a crash cymbal here, which is on a stand. You have a hi-hat, which is comprised of two cymbals, played by a pedal, which is also on a stand. And yeah, that's basically how you're going to identify the parts of the drum set. And there's more cymbals I will tell you about some other time. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope to make another drum cover video for y'all soon. Peace.